Hey guys, it's JW, and I'm at the elementary school, and I got not 15, but about 12 minutes before I have to get out of the car. So I thought I'd jump on. I have nothing planned for a video other than what I see around me today. And on the ride over, it's a beautiful fall day. It's like most people, like a lot of people anyway, that I come in contact with. I think fall is a lot of people's favorite time of the year. It certainly is mine. It's that crisp, cool, but, warm days in the sense 60s, low 70s, and then at night it goes down to the 50s or even the 40s or 30s. But, so it makes for good sleeping weather, and, just you feel alive during the fall. I woke up this morning, I was a little bit tired. But I looked out the window and I saw the sun was trying to come out, and I knew that it would be out soon. I usually wake up at 5, and I usually stretch and get out of bed about 5:30. And I like to be out of the house by 6, but as the days progress into winter, into fall and winter, the mornings are starting to get dark, get light later in the morning. So this morning I probably went out about 6:45, and it was light enough. I live in a pretty rural area. I'm not out in the middle of nowhere, but it is rural. It's right on the New Hampshire border, and there's a lot of there's a lot of woods and things of that nature. So you can run into a coyote or something, which is no problem. As people say, and it's true, they're more afraid of you than you are of them usually. So, but I like being able to see where I'm going, and some of the roads I walk on there's some potholes and some ruts. So I like to wait until, first break of sunlight, so I can at least see what's in front of me. So I was out, like I say, around 6:45, had a really good walk, felt good. I may have mentioned this in one of the other videos. I started taking these really top-notch liquid minerals that I saw online. I saw a review by someone, and then I did some more research into it. And they're really, really nice. And I like taking them, and I've been feeling really energetic since I started taking them. And I think I have to attribute it to that, because other than that, I'm taking a really good liquid multivitamin by the same company, and that could be doing a good job too. But before I go out in the morning, I have that shot of minerals. They recommend 1 ounce. I probably take a little more than an ounce. To be honest with you, I take a swig right out of the bottle. It comes in a dark brown glass bottle too, which I like. Things really keep better, and if you keep it in a dark closet or whatever, it's always going to be best, So, the days up here are beautiful now. And on the way over, of course, it's election day. I think it's 2 weeks from today, I want to say. Is that right? Not sure if it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I think it's, wait a minute, what date's today? Today is the 16th. 3 weeks. 3 weeks from today. So, you're really starting to see all the signage and people starting to stand around holding signs. You pass by the different corners on the way over here. And, back in the day, I used to get pretty charged up by politics. I was really involved in politics. I worked for several candidates over the years. I worked for a guy who was running for governor back in, the 70s. And I've worked for representatives and city councilors and mayors. And in fact, an old friend of mine ran for mayor of Boston and was a heavy favorite to win. But as the election approached, Ray Flint, who did win the election, became the mayor of Boston. He did make a comeback and won the election. And it's funny because politics is a strange game. They determined that the reason this friend of mine, he lost he was like a heavy favorite, and the polls showed him winning big, And they believe the reason he lost was because he got this, at the time, which was considered a fancy haircut. He went to a salon and got his haircut, and it was really, it looked too pretty boy, I guess the best way to describe it. And so he went from being this normal looking neighborhood guy to looking like some rich dude who maybe came from the suburbs, so it's funny how people perceive you by things like the way you cut your hair, the kind of clothes you wear, and of course, correctly so in some instances. I mean, not all though. Times, especially if you're in sales. I remember, might have been a movie or something about, I think it was a movie I saw, and someone came into the car dealership. He was a billionaire, but he was dressed like a bum, and everyone ignored him except for this one salesperson, and they went over and treated him like he could buy the car. And guess what? He did. But because he looked like a bum, nobody wanted to waste their time with him. So you never know. But yeah, so politics is a strange game, and like I say, I used to be involved in it, and I used to enjoy it, and it was kind of my favorite time of year. I used to refer to the presidential election as my Super Bowl, That's no longer true anymore. And it happened kind of suddenly, actually. I used to watch the late night, like on Fox News, and then I'd watch MSNBC. I wanted to get both sides of the political spectrum. So, MSNBC was more left and Fox more right. So I'd listen to O'Reilly on, not awful, I can't remember his first name, Bill O'Reilly, on Fox News. And on the other station, MSNBC, I can't think of that guy's name right off the top of my head, but and I'd get the two different slants on politics. But anyway, it was July, I believe it was the 12th of July it was July of 2012. I'm not sure the exact date. That I was watching O'Reilly, and he was wrapping up the show, and he said something. He used to have his motto was, "I'm looking out for you." And I said to myself, what a bunch of crap that is. He's not looking out for me. Politicians aren't looking out for me, or you. And I've never watched, I gave up watching TV. Now, I would occasionally watch a sporting event, like when the Celtics were playing the 7th game of the World Championship. You bet your butt I was watching it. But, I don't watch TV. If I want to watch a movie, I have Amazon Prime, so I get, literally thousands of free movies I can choose from. And some of them are sleepers. I never heard of them, and they're pretty good. So, those, occasionally I might watch a movie or two a week, maybe, not even that, maybe a movie a week. And I'll split it up to 4 or 5 showings. Well, maybe while I'm eating my dinner or something, I might watch a movie. My family and I eat at different times. They eat different food than I do, and I eat different food than they do. So, I'm a carnivore. I eat meat, eggs, and cheese, and they're what, quote, normal eaters. So they eat what they eat. So we eat at different times too. I'm a real scheduled guy. I'm into my routines. I get up at the same time every day. I go to bed at the same time every night. I eat the same food every day. I drive you crazy. I told you, I think, on one of the other videos that I'm OCD for sure. And but it works for me. I like having routines. Routines keep you honest. You don't, I woke up this morning, I was real tired, and I thought, man, would it be nice to stay in bed. Now, back before I had routines, I would have just rolled over and stayed in bed, and it would have been planted in my mind. Not today. Not any day, because I have my routines. And if I don't get up and follow through with my routines, I'm going to hate myself for it. It's going to drive me nuts the whole day. So it's easier to just get up and do it than it is to roll over and go back to sleep. So, I find routines can be very useful. And, they save you from procrastination, I guess. I know what I have to do every day. I know exactly what I'm going to do every morning. I'm going to go out for my walk. I'm going to come back. I'm going to have my protein shake. they're going to jump online and either make a video or attend to, my online business, whatever I happen to need to do online that day. Sometimes life gets in the way. You might have to deal with the bank, or you might have to deal with a doctor's appointment or something. I'm fortunate I haven't had too many doctor's appointments. I think I also mentioned in a couple of videos that I'm not a big fan of allopathic medicine. I do like the wound center, as I always have to throw that in because they're good people, and they probably helped me more than anyone in allopathic medicine has ever helped me before. And so, kudos to the surgeon who removed the cancer from my leg. So, I've often said allopathic medicine has its purpose: surgery, and emergency room, and wound center. Now I got to add that in. But having a primary care doctor, never wanted one. Tried it one time because I was getting bugged by people in my life, and had a bad experience with two of them, and didn't see the purpose of it. If I want to get my tests, I occasionally get blood tests. I just go online and get them done. Get on my local clinic down here and have them draw the blood, and they send it to the online place that I get my tests done. So I keep track of what's going on in my body, and I use herbs if I need to. If I really haven't had to really do too much of that, fortunately. People recommend you take blood thinners after 50. I take turmeric, which is a natural blood thinner, and I take it for its anti-inflammatory causes. So, I don't need to worry about that. At least I don't think I do. I've never had any problem since. Turmeric's a wonderful herb, as is ginger, and many, many others. I take oregano oil every day. I take iodine every day. And I take ashwagandha. Too many herbs to tell you about. I'll make a separate video on that if anyone has an interest in it. But it's really good to be free of that and be free of politics. And so, I know it's not politically correct to say this, but I will not vote in our national election anymore. I'll vote in the local election because I think it has meaning, and I think the local election you can cause some change, because local politics are local, and you can actually drop in at the mayor's office or whatever. So anyway, I got to jump out. I got to get to work before the kids come out, and glad I jumped on. I always like talking to you folks. And leave a comment down below if you like. Anything you're interested in, herbs or politics or whatever. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.